Ambassador, with me, Ambassador Susan Ng'ang'a. To begin our bulletin, Marco Rubio, Trump's nominee for Secretary of State, during his confirmation hearing, confirmed President-elect Donald Trump's support of continued backing of Kenya's mission in Haiti. With that promise, Kenya has yet again dispatched additional 200 police officers to reinforce its mission in the Caribbean nation. The officers will join over 400 personnel already deployed. Our reporter Irene Juguna brings us that report.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Kenya has once again stepped up its commitment to fighting violent gangs in Haiti. Over 200 additional police officers from Kenya arrived in the Caribbean nation, joining the 400 officers already stationed there. This new deployment brings the total number of Kenyan officers in Haiti to more than 600. The mission is part of a broader international effort to curb the growing violence and instability caused by heavily armed gangs that have taken control of large parts of Haiti. These gangs are responsible for widespread kidnapping, extortion, and violence, which has displaced over 1 million people, according to the latest reports. Kenya is leading in the United Nations-backed security mission, which has seen pledges from at least 10 countries, totaling more than 3,100 troops. However, many of these countries have yet to send their personnel, leaving Kenya to carry the bulk of the burden for now. Interior Minister Kipchumba Murkomen expressed confidence in the impact of this additional deployment, stating that it will significantly enhance security efforts and support the Haitian government in restoring law and order.
A country, we are extremely proud of the 400 police officers who went ahead of you, and they have done a fantastic job. Actually, the entire world are appreciating our country, including the outgoing and the incoming administration of the United States and many other countries in the world who are members of the Security Council are very proud of the commitment that we made as a country.
The ongoing humanitarian crisis in Haiti, driven by the gun violence, continues to worsen, but the international community remains committed to providing aid and support. Kenya's expanded role in this mission underscores its ongoing partnership with the United Nations to stabilize Haiti and protect its citizens from further harm. Irene Juguna, GPS News.
The death toll from a gasoline tanker explosion in north-central Nigeria has risen to 86. The blast happened in the early hours of Saturday near the Suleja area of Niger State after individuals attempted to transfer gasoline from a crashed oil tanker into another truck using a generator. The fuel transfer sparked the explosion, resulting in the deaths of those transferring the gasoline and bystanders. In an update, Hussaini Issa of the National Emergency Management Agency said the additional 55 people were injured and are receiving treatment at 3 different hospitals in the Suleja area. In response to the disaster, a mass burial was conducted for the victims, with 80 bodies interred in a grave at Diko Primary Health Care Center. The remaining deceased were returned to their families for private burials. This incident is part of a disturbing trend in Nigeria, where fuel tanker accidents have become increasingly common and rising fuel prices. Since President Bola Tinubu eliminated fuel subsidies last year, petrol prices have surged by over 400%, pushing many desperate individuals to risk their lives during such accidents. On Sunday, a historic ceasefire agreement came into effect, resulting in the release of 3 Israeli hostages by Hamas and the freedom of 90 Palestinian prisoners by Israel. The ceasefire marks a temporary pause in a devastating 15-month conflict that have raged Gaza and escalated tensions throughout the Middle East. This truce has provided a moment of reprieve for both sides, with Palestinians beginning to return to their destroyed neighborhoods and much-needed humanitarian aid reaching Gaza. Abdi Hamid Ali has more.
The first day of the ceasefire brought relief and celebration across the region. Israelis rejoiced as 3 female hostages were reunited with their families, while in Gaza, Palestinians began to return to the devastated streets of their homes, while relief trucks brought essential supplies to the region. Celebration erupted in the West Bank as Palestinian prisoners, including women and teenage boys, were freed and greeted with cheers from supporters. Though the truce offers a temporary breathing space, the conflict's deeper issues remains unresolved. Many of the nearly 100 remaining hostages are still in captivity, and the future of Gaza remains unclear. The ceasefire is just the first step in a 6-week process that includes further exchanges, as both sides faces pressure from hardline factions within their government. The ceasefire provides a temporary escape from the chaos that has plagued Gaza for months, but it also brings to the fore the complexity of the issues that divide Israel and Palestine. While the release of the hostages and prisoners brings hope to many, it also raises questions about the long-term path to peace. Can a truce lead to a more permanent solution, or will it simply be a momentary interruption in a cycle of violence that has dragged on for decades? The world will be watching closely. This is Abdi Hamid Ali, GBS News.
TikTok has begun restoring its services in the United States after being temporarily shut down due to national security concerns. The social media app, which has millions of users in the United States, was made unavailable late on Saturday before President-elect Donald Trump confirmed its access will be reinstated. Irene Juguna brings us that report.
And as of today, TikTok is back.
TikTok is back for online US users after a brief shutdown that raised questions over the app's future in the country. The Chinese-owned platform went dark late Saturday, just hours before a law aimed at shutting it down was set to take effect on Sunday. US officials had cited national security concerns, warning that TikTok's parent company ByteDance could misuse American users' data. However, the app began coming back online Sunday after President-elect Donald Trump stated he would allow the app to resume services once it takes office. TikTok confirmed its partial restoration, with users reporting access to the website, though some services and features are still limited. This development comes at a delicate time in US-China relations, with Trump signaling potential tariffs on China while also seeking more direct communication with Chinese leadership. TikTok has not commented on the specifics of its ongoing negotiations with the US government, but the company is likely hoping to resolve concerns over data privacy and security to fully regain its US user base. Now, millions of Americans are watching closely as the app's fully return is expected to unfold in the coming days. Irene Juguna, GBS News.
Thank you for staying with us. We have covered some important stories today, but there is more to come. After the break, we'll delve deeper into the ongoing situation in Colombia, Ghana, and the inauguration eve of President-elect Donald Trump. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back with more updates.
How is it for you as a parent? Are you having an adolescent? How is parenting for you?
But again, we have to be fair, firm, and friendly. We cannot parent without being friendly to these children. It's peer pressure not to be pure. Where the adolescents, they have a slogan, Mavajuni Fara. Parents, you have to be hot, raw, real, and nice.
How do we help our children to understand we are not from the West and we can never be the West? The reason as to why I'm bringing this out is because
we have to understand the trends. Because they tend to trade with horse trading, we have to be able to understand and tell our children, just because it is trading doesn't make it a trade.
But let's continue this conversation online across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144.
Hello everyone! Welcome to Fun.
Fun. And the hyenas were there. They wanted to snatch the baby and tear that baby into pieces and eat.
Today we're going to make a cactus in a pot. Hey, you, cold on. Are you biting your thumb at me?
I love my mommy. I love my mommy. Yes, I do.
Are you going to show love to your friend? I'm sure you are going to do that. Friends, until next time, bye!
We are going to be talking about goal setting itself and building resilience. Goal setting and building resilience.
So hawezi sema nita set goal then someone else akuja kuwork on the goal. Hawezi sema uta set goal yenyewe mwenyewe huwezi reach. Hawezi sema uta set goal na mali una stand like huwezi reach ile goal umeset.
Just imagine I've promised someone that I will do something to them by the end of this year, and then surely I fail. What will happen? You know, they will say Steve has broken my heart.
Nimeset hata mimi goals but ni realistic goals.
Unajua aje ni realistic?
Because najua I'm capable of, like, they're realistic. They're making sense. Sijasema nanunua V8 by the end of the year. But because I know inaweza kuwa impossible because mtu anaangalianga. Si kumake tu. Najua utaandika. By December 31st nataka kuwa na iPhone 16 Pro.
It is insane to do the same thing and expect different results. Yeah, so definitely we need to see, like, if it is not working, what is in this system that is making this thing fail, and I'm expecting these results. How can I improve this project?
The goals that you set, maybe ukiona like maybe that can be affected by kitu huwezi avoid.
About self-competition. I'm only in competition with the person I see in the mirror, and that is me. So it is about my personal development.
It's not just a matter of writing and putting and now waiting, you know.
So before I introduce our guest, our amazing guest for today, we have a very short clip for you guys. Hapa tutakuonesha pencil art, how to draw a portrait ya dem. Check this out.
Manze, me, I go by the name of Mike MG. I'm an artist, stroke rapper, stroke shrapper, stroke trapper. Yeah.
So hata before we start, wazazi wako walisemaje about your music? Did they support you?
I'm still young, need some guns, need some insight. Kuserereka tutadunda will be hell of a night. Autopilot zitashika will be on my flight. The sativa devil's ladies made me high like a kite.
So do you think msanii pia anafaa ku cloud chase ndio talent yake ionekane, ama inafaa kuwa only talent?
Go for Fenagito, I'd go for Octopizzo.
Octopizzo.
And I'd go for P-Unit.
Oh.
P-Unit as a whole. Okay. Wakiwa group.
CY Kiki.
Yes,
fresh. Hebu niambie ulikuwa unafikiria nini ukitengeneza hiyo video?
Kienda Music Festival nilikuwa nafanya mafoka. Mafoka ilikuwa performance ya kurap na Kiswahili.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Ni kama shairi lakini ni rap. Lazima ikuwe na articulate message. Yeah, hadi tukafika finali huko Kasa.
Welcome everyone. It's your girl Alice and this is GBS TV Art Club, the best art show in Eastern Africa.
Welcome back to the bulletin. Now, thousands of people are fleeing northeast Colombia, with some hiding in nearby lush mountains or seeking help at government shelters after at least 80 people lost their life in the latest surge of conflict in northeast Colombia between armed groups and government forces after peace talks between the National Liberation Army and the government fell apart, leading to a deadly resurgence of violence. The region has long been a hotspot for conflict, and despite previous peace efforts, the cycle of violence continues to claim innocent lives. Colombian officials are sounding the alarm, condemning the violence and calling for urgent action. President Gustavo Petro's Total Peace Plan, which aims to negotiate with various armed groups, is facing serious hurdles. Critics argue that without strong enforcement and genuine commitment from these groups, achieving lasting peace may remain elusive. The killings highlight just how fragile the peace process really is. Colombia, with illegal armed groups continuing to battle for control over lucrative drug trafficking routes. Thousands of supporters gathered in Washington Sunday night as Donald Trump promised severe immigration reforms on his first day back in office. At Make America Great Again victory rally, Trump vowed to halt the invasion of immigrants into the country and launch a massive deportation effort, stirring cheers from his loyal base. Trump promised to fulfill the central campaign pledge that has driven much of his political agenda. Here is more on the scene.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Trump's rally at the Capital One Arena in Washington was a highly anticipated event ahead of his second term. The former president repeated his campaign pledge to deport millions of immigrants, promising swift action to remove what he called illegal immigrants from the country. He also vowed to make border security a top priority, including reinstating the Remain in Mexico policy and classifying drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
We're going to stop the invasion of our borders. We're going to reclaim our wealth. We're going to unlock the liquid gold that's right under our feet. Liquid gold.
Trump's first executive orders will focus on immigration and border security, with sources claiming more than 200 executive actions will be signed on his first day. His promise to purge the military of radical woke ideologies and create a missile defense shield over the U.S. adds to his sweeping agenda.
But starting tomorrow, I will act with historic speed and strength and fix every single crisis facing our country. We have to do it. We're not going to have a country left.
Trump also promised to release classified documents relating to the assassination of John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, and Martin Luther King Jr. Elon Musk was also present in the rally.
This victory is the start, really. What matters going forward is to actually make significant changes, cement those changes, and set the foundation for America to be strong for a century.
The challenge for Trump will be balancing his promises to his supporters with the realities of governing in a nation that remains deeply divided over the issues. Will his radical policies bring the changes he promises? This is Abdi Hamid Ali, GBS News.
A Ghanaian Small-Scale Miners Association on Sunday said soldiers killed 9 unarmed people at an Anglo Gold Ashanti opened New Tab mine on Saturday night, while the army said 7 illegal miners had been killed in a firefight. Kofi Adams, local chairman of the National Association Small-Scale Miners, said that 9 people had been killed and 14 seriously injured in the incident at the Obuasi gold mining site in West African country's Ashanti region. Ghana's armed forces say that about 60 illegal miners carrying locally manufactured rifles and other weapons breached the mine security fence at around 11 p.m. on Saturday and fired on a military patrol deployed there, leading to a shootout. Ghana's President John Dramani ordered an immediate investigation into the incident. The presidency said in a statement on Sunday, calling it tragic. The government has asked Anglo Gold Ashanti to cover the medical expenses of the injured and the cost of burials. And that international news marks the end of our bulletin today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, same place, same time at 1 p.m. I have been your ambassador, Susan Nganga. Good afternoon.